Misscliks D&D Nimmorgeist, where we have found much success and much adventure. And now we continue with our friend and DM, Stephen Lumpkin. What shall we do next, Stephen?
Yeah. So, can we just really quick talk about what you guys have done in the last, 2 days or so?
I would love that.
How did we get to murdering the king of the...
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
of what the hell is this place called? Temple Row.
It's like a pretty higher up thing.
2 days ago, Bo still had his chicken head on.
Yes.
2 days ago, we were out spreading rumors
Yes.
about the 10th.
Yeah.
And the archdeacon and his...
people had been seeing more night guests, and the fanatics in the Waterside Downs
Which
had
is
been
still
more
a kind of
active.
Yeah,
mystery. We
we-
still don't know why the
Yeah.
night guests are unleashed.
That's
And
true.
There's
I
probably
don't know.
another story
Yeah.
behind that. But
So, and then you were seeding rumors.
We were seeding rumors, and then we waited to go find Refik.
Yeah, Rafik.
Rafik?
Yeah.
We waited until the chicken head was removed, and we tried to find Refik, and we found him in the midst of being potentially slaughtered by Fenry
Yes.
on a giant statue.
Yep.
And we attempted to intervene in a trial for his life and failed, but we managed to escape from that situation inside a riot.
Yep.
And head back over to...
Yeah.
Aaron head over to...
What was it, Bo, that you thought up that was the crucial piece to get
Yes.
people to riot?
Oh,
To incite the
link.
riot.
It was that...
It was a
Zunid.
Azunid was the key pieces for the riot to start between two districts.
Because we had to convince...
he's responsible for liquor distribution,
Yes.
and he works with the Archdeacon of
He
10th.
worked with the 10th, and he was also really known in Waterside, so I just plugged it in, which actually was kind of true.
Yeah, it was really smart.
And he was connected to Fenry?
He was connected to Tenry.
Yep.
Yeah, because Tenry was the one providing the
Brains.
corpses of night gas that were used to create
the liquor.
Can we just take a second to appreciate how important it became that Tabitha tried to order a random exotic drink
Yeah.
in the
And
first
that she remembered
section
the
in
ingredients.
the inn?
Yes.
It was just she was bring me your finest liquor, and then this random detail about this piece of liquor became so crucially
So
important.
crucial.
Yep. That's
Yes.
why it's really important that Tabitha is in her twilight years and enjoys only the finest in food and drink and cares nothing for anything else.
That 4 gold you had
I
to
was
spend
about
on
to
that
say
drink
4
is
gold
totally
that
worth
saved
it
our
now.
life.
Yeah, how much
Yeah.
gold do we have now?
And then we made our way into, we made our way to Temple Row. The riot distracted the guards, and we managed to sneak our way in the back, and successfully and almost easily, we murdered the king and looted the place, got out safely. We are now back in the feast halls, making our way towards Waterside Downs to
No, actually, we're going to the Black Cats.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
We are in
Yeah,
the Black
yeah.
Cat's
You-
home right
you went
now.
to the Black Cat's camp.
That's
and
right.
It's significantly decimated because a few people have trickled back, but all in all, many people have been killed. There's a couple people having wounds tended over by some of the burning fires, and you guys
We're
escort.
back with the body.
What was his name? You escort Tane with Balda's body back to the.
We're helping restore peace between the Black Cats and the grub
So
worms.
Tane comes in carrying
Tailworms.
Balda,
Tailworms.
and he says, "He's not heavy. He's my friend," as he carries him back over the threshold into the Black Cat's camp. And the few remaining survivors, they group around Balda, and there's tears on every cheek. And Tane opens his mouth as if he's going to say something, and then he just chokes up.
The great
I pat him
unity,
on the shoulder.
the great
There,
unity
there.
of the black cats and the pale worms begins today. May it be a blessed day forever.
Grubs.
Grub. What? No, I'm not giving you a back rub right now. This is a tender moment.
Sorry.
Is the family of the deceased present?
So an older woman comes out, and she has long flowing white hair that's all the way to her waist, and she's wearing it's pretty Spartan clothes, and she has a blackjack strapped at her waist. She steps forwards and she accepts the body of Balda.
I'm going to approach the wife, and I'm going to offer her 5 gold pieces and I'm going to give 5 gold, my own 5 gold pieces to her and 5 gold pieces to Tane for their service
Okay.
with us.
How much is like?
Is that a lot?
Does
for
it
them?
sound pity or
For
does
these
it sound
people,
Yeah.
it's a bunch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably like, like it's a week's worth of pay for a middle class job, and these people are probably not living middle class jobs. So like they're probably spending a silver piece a day. So 5 gold pieces is like 2 months worth.
Yeah.
Almost 2 months worth of
Does he have kids?
money for them. Tane
No, the
or
deceased.
Balda.
Balda's really old.
Balda's quite old, so
Okay.
I think any of his children are adults by now.
So I do that.
Cool. Yep. She accepts and thanks you graciously. Tane also puts them in his pocket, blows his nose on a handkerchief.
Yeah, I say to him, this won't make up for your loss, but we thank you for what you did for us. I give him some gold.
Yeah. Well,
From
he says,
the personal.
Just me.
He says, it wasn't even worth it. We were decimated, destroyed by their army. That fat bastard in his golden chair still lives.
I pull out the finger and I say, "Will this make it better?" And I give it to him.
Yeah, we tell everyone down here.
He picks up the finger. He looks at it. He says, "No, you've done it."
We have.
And he holds it up and he says,
We need to change name
"The
right now.
Archdeacon is dead!" And like the few remaining survivors go, "Hey!"
I war cry really loud and strongly. Ha!
Yay!
Ah!
Cool.
And then we,
Okay, Bo, what's
leave.
our next
Yep.
name?
I mean, they prepare the body and start like a funeral
killers.
service, and you guys could either stick around or leave. It's totally up to you.
we head back to my hut.
Okay, to Adria's hut. So like the district of the feast hall seems pretty calm. It's underground, so there's no night ghasts flying around. So you guys can basically just follow the paths that you've taken to get here and get back fairly safely.
Great.
But as soon as you step out into Waterside Downs, like it seems like people are really on edge just in general. Like they're all sort of like whispering to each other. You see like a couple dark shadows flying by overhead. It's like 6:30 at night, 7, like sun's kind of setting, and Waterside Downs is always pretty twilight anyway because it's very low and there's all sorts of big towers and stuff around it. So,
Should ask around what's going on.
What's the skinny?
you approach a nearby person. Roll 2d100 for me, please. Let's find out who you have approached.
2d100?
Mm-hmm.
There's one. So 18.
Oh, I did it
You
wrong.
need this. You need this
Sorry.
one.
So I'll just do it again because I don't remember. 22.
18 and 22.
I don't know about you.
You see a man named Organ Eel.
Eel.
Organeel?
What was the last name of your?
Delia eel.
Delia eel.
Row.
Yeah.
Good thing we killed the guy because I
Organ-
actually.
Organ Eel.
Organ
Yeah.
as in
Delia
like
the
got
Reason.
assassinated.
With a U instead of an A.
Oh.
O-R-G-U-N.
Darn.
Organ Eel. He says, "Why that bastard Baron Record? He thinks he owns the place now. Now that the fanatics are all scattered and lost. After that riot earlier, we lost so many fanatics. There's nobody keeping order in the Waterside Downs. So Baron Record steps in. He's posted a bounty for night ghasts, but none of us have any tools to kill him. And he's set a curfew. It starts at 7 p.m. Goes until 8 a.m. None of us can be out for 13 hours of the day. It's foolish. Some of us make a living fishing at night. We can't live like this. What we need in this city
Is
are
a lawful
democratically
evil
run
ruler.
elections." What?
I'm-
Pay her no heed, sir. What was it you needed?
Please say that again.
I said democratically run elections.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Some
I'm
better
sorry.
liquor selections? Yes, we could all use better liquor
Strangely,
selections.
I agree with you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Well, I mean, there's We could get some black smoke liquor. I guess I'm like pulling out
You
some
have black
ideas.
smoke liquor?
I don't have any, but Azunid.
We could buy votes with that.
I heard that Azunid has some.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Fenry.
he certainly would. Oh, Fenry. Yeah. I haven't seen him since that ordeal yesterday.
I wonder what he's up to.
Well,
I've heard he's got something to do with the Archdeacon.
I can't really hear, so I get bored and I just kind of wander off.
We have
Okay.
30 minutes before this new imposed curfew, so if they're done asking questions, I kind of just shuttle them all to the hut
Mm-hmm.
so that we can rest and determine what we're doing. For the safety of
You
our own
find me
home.
at the water
wait.
side, poking my stick in and seeing if something will bite
We're
it.
about to get busted for curfew. We
Yeah,
gotta
but I
go
just wanted
inside.
to say one thing. Are you related to Delia Eel?
Oh, yeah, Delia. Yeah, second cousin on my mother's side, but, kept the same name through the years.
She's a good friend of mine.
Oh, really? How is she? I haven't spoken to her in many years.
Actually, she's been vomiting a lot lately.
But she's alive. She's alive.
She's great. She's alive in the Hangingberg.
She's still at it.
What?
can't-
What is she had it?
I can't believe it. Oh, she's still vomiting, you say?
Yeah.
It was a curse laid on her when she was young. Yes, a witch.
So we get this.
Witch.
Okay. Right.
You should remember that. I'll write it down.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. My back hurts,
Del,
ladies.
Yes.
Del is-
Would you
Del's
like to
there
borrow
to
my
make you
cane,
some
honey?
food.
Yes.
Okay. The man says, "Oh, here. Let me give you these." And he pulls out like a bunch of pamphlets from his back pocket, and it's like tracts that read, "Why the Waterside Downs need democratic elections."
Oh.
You know.
Oh, no, I'm not there.
No more despotism. No more fanaticism. Democracy.
I take a bunch
Yeah.
and then I burn them.
I'll buy your votes today. That kind of thing.
Okay. Awesome.
So you proceed through the Waterside Downs.
Yes.
Okay.
Except
someone
I
give
wandered
me,
off, so
Someone give me a survival roll. Oh.
I went and got you.
you did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went and
Okay.
got all of you, and I'm trying to get you back because we're about to hit this new
You
curfew.
saw like two glowing eyes peering out of the deep murk
Mhm.
next to the water, from deep in the water, but they didn't move.
Oh.
Anna, roll survival because you have the highest. Nice.
16 plus
16.
2, so 18.
Okay. Choose two.
A jack and a 10 of hearts.
Ooh.
Some nice cards. I like the hearty cards.
Damn, and we didn't have all the hearts too.
Yeah,
we
that
still
was
managed.
I
That's
apparently
fine.
managed to pull hearts.
Well done.
Okay.
I'm a heartbreaker.
She's a
Brielle, you used to have an old friend when you were young that you lost touch with. I guess this would have been someone that you knew in the Diamond Spires. Maybe someone that like you turned to when you were enslaved by your family for, getting the stress off your chest, that sort of thing. Who was this person?
This person was my best friend.
Okay.
Her name was Elsa.
Elsa. Okay. Yeah.
That was a completely involuntary gasp.
Can you tell us what Elsa looked like?
She had long blonde
Oh God.
hair, and she was an ice mage.
Okay.
And she had a
We've
familiar.
lost one. We're down.
Medic! Oh, I don't have my cane anymore.
Oh, no, spillage. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Elsa the Ice
You're
Maid,
back.
childhood best friend.
I don't have my shield anymore. I feel naked.
We have to get you a new shield.
That wasn't that funny.
She is a dark elf, though.
Yeah.
So
But I imagine her like this.
Yeah. Cool. Long blonde hair.
long
dark
white-
elf?
Yeah. White hair. She's
Long
a dark
white
elf.
hair.
Yeah.
In a braid.
In a braid, yes. In a braid. You know exactly what it looks like. There's also some crystal snowflakes in her hair.
Yeah, cool.
And,
It makes sense because of the frosty
Yep,
place.
ice
mage.
It does. That's great.
So you're walking through the muck of the Waterside Downs in a Please choose where.
I was going
Again?
to say she has
Jack of clubs.
a familiar named Olaf, but I'm not going too far.
Yeah, you're walking across the rooftops of a bunch of sunken houses that are like multi-level with crazy angle shifts. You're like climbing up ladders and like sliding down like
This is the route back to my home.
slides. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You're heading back to your home. You know the area fairly well.
Sure.
And suddenly across the rooftops you see a long-lost friend of yours. Your best friend from decades ago, Elsa the Ice Mage. And she waves, she says, Brielle! Brielle! And she's running towards you.
Call me
I
Bryn.
cast
Bryn!
Divine
Good job.
Sense.
Okay, you cast Divine Sense,
Yeah.
and when she enters within like the 60-foot radius, you
Yeah.
you detect nothing untowards. She's not a fiend or a celestial or an undead or anything like that. She runs towards you and she just like launches herself into your arms and gives you a big, happy, loving hug.
I embrace the hug, but then
Do you like warm hugs?
she I do like warm hugs. I do.
This one's a little cold.
We have a special handshake that we
Yes.
made up when we were kids to
Okay.
ensure
Yeah.
it was her. So because I'm a thief, so I don't trust
Yeah,
people.
right.
I don't trust him.
So
Or
I immediately take her hug, but then I immediately reach out and
Go
I
into
do
the
our
special handshake.
secret handshake.
Yeah,
and
she does it right along
Perfect.
with you. She's totally, it is
It is you!
definitely
And I
Elsa.
hug her
Yeah,
again, and-
okay, good.
How
Um,
long ago was she your friend?
Before I was an adult, so 51
So I've never met
years
her.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
don't
regard
like
her.
this income.
I'm like,
She's my age.
I'm with you.
Yeah. She says,
Then I'm with you.
I've been searching for you for so long.
I kind of
I
like-
heard that you were in the Waterside Downs, but I couldn't find you. And then I heard about the riots and the battles and all of these ghasts. And I'm so glad you're alive. Tell me what you've been up to.
as she's saying that, I kind of awkwardly like try to stick my shoulder in between them and like stand closer to Bryn and like stare at her like this.
Yeah, okay.
I recant a few things, but I take the moment to introduce her to our party. I
Yeah.
also am paying close attention to the time, and if our talking is going too long, I'm
Okay.
still moving us.
It's like 7:45.
Okay, I'm telling everyone then. We'll catch up in a minute. We have to go inside, and I'm.
She says,
ushering
oh,
us in.
yes, the curfew, it's
Yes.
expanded, hasn't it?
Yes.
That's a surprise. Baron Record he's really doing well for himself these days.
So it seems.
All right, yes.
I don't like
Do you
this.
know, is there somewhere safe we
Yes,
can
I have a hut.
go? Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, lead me. Okay, so she follows you.
We're bringing her to the hut.
You can keep a good eye on her, Bo. I trust her.
She can stay outside. The cold never bothered her anyway.
Night
Okay.
guests, though.
I will roll
I
a
mean-
perception check
Okay,
to make sure that I don't perceive any like ulterior motive.
that would be an insight check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Making a huge mess under the table.
12.
Okay, she's got something on her mind,
Okay.
but you can't tell what.
Okay.
You can't get a good read on her. She seems a little high.
I
energy.
use intimidation
Okay.
and with the stick, and I'm like, if you have something to tell us now.
Okay. Yeah.
I really want to go inside.
You're like, let's see where you are. You are.
I have a +3 on intimidation.
Can we at least still be on a roof?
Let's find out where you are. You're on a flooded street with the cables hanging above the water. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're all like halfway across all these cables, and
Okay.
you're like,
I guess
Tell
I'll
us
wait.
who you
I'll
are.
wait at the end of the cable, and then that's the first thing I
okay,
do.
so like she's still hanging on the cables, and you're like, tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. And she's like, oh, Bryn, your
I look
friends
at
are
her
really
and
friendly.
I say, Elsa, I love you. Can you just, or not, I care for you. You're my friend, but if you wouldn't mind just answering the question for him,
It's
it'll help. And then I whisper,
it's
I heard it. And then I'll introduce you to Spidey.
Spidey Bo. Does Spidey Bo just like climb up on your shoulder? He's like,
No, I actually like I'm like, are you scared of spiders? I think Spidey Bo would like to meet you from closer.
she reaches out and pets Spidey Bo.
No, I don't need. I
What
don't.
a-
I don't roll
What
for
a
my
nice
intimidation
creature. Yeah,
thing.
roll your intimidation.
I'm angry. Oh no!
You're not very intimidating, old
She's
man.
like, your friends are really intense, Bryn.
It's true.
We should
Thankfully-
talk about it when we get home.
I agree.
So
Fine.
Spidey Bo like goes on her shoulder and he's like,
Okay, yeah. She's like, ooh, he tickles.
Okay.
Okay, so you make it back to Adria's hut.
Thank you.
And what was his name?
Spidey
Del.
Bo's on
Del?
her.
Yes.
Dell is there
Spidey Boy's
when
on
you open the doors.
I feel
And he's
more
got
good.
4 awesome looking
Face
cages. So can you
Yay.
each go around and just tell me again what yours looks like, Lady Vivienne?
Oh, I am so excited. I immediately put on my space cage and it fits perfectly with my horns.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
glorious. And it like enhances my horns,
Yeah, so there's,
twirling
like,
around them.
Extra hornage coming
Yeah.
off of you now because
And
you've
like
got
wrapped
like
around it. and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and
Cool.
it kind of goes like here a little bit, and it's like it's perfectly fitting me.
So a face cage, I would assume,
Yeah, it
fits
goes the
like
whole-
Yeah.
like on your chest
to
here,
the, like
and
the
then like,
collarbone.
and it's like this far from your face,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
And Brielle.
Mine is all dark, matte black, but with horns
Mhm.
or spikes.
Mhm.
Excuse me, and turquoise ornamentation.
Yeah.
All over.
Okay, Bo.
My face cage is a replica as much as it can
That's perfect.
from the bright companion that now invaded Waterside.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm like with wings like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And
Looks great on you,
Tabitha.
baby.
So I don't know if I actually ever mentioned this. I feel like I did at the beginning, but I have tattoos over one side of my face like this. With
Wow.
I don't think I
don't
mentioned
think
that
you
ever.
No.
I think I totally forgot until now, 20 some episodes later. But because of I'm the way of the 4 elements, they're like earth, wind, water, fire, like
Cool.
over like this. So my face cage in its fitting has like a special like padded part that lays across my face right here that helps hold it on. And then the rest is like that big hurricane twirl. So
Oh yeah,
all the
you've got like a
bars,
tornado coming.
yeah,
off top
all
of
the
your head.
bars go like this,
Yeah.
and twirl around the whole way.
Super cool. Okay, well, you're all looking incredibly fashionable. Elsa is very jealous. She's like, face cages.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
I
you
mean,
look
I
so
know, right?
good.
You did so well, Dale. Let me give you a piece of meat. It looks delicious.
Yeah.
Please, I wait. I wait, and I say, please don't kill me. let's just go ahead and let's make sure he just made us face cages and makes a great souffle. So let's make sure we're not going to poison him.
This
before
meat
we
does
feed him.
smell delicious, y'all.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
I
We
feel
can
like it's okay.
we can at least you can detect whatever. We're about to go to sleep, so
Yeah.
I'm just like very pleased by him, so I follow him around, giving him like really satisfied little pats and like pinching his cheeks and such a good boy.
and he wanted information on Azunid, not
Which
on the
we
10th, right?
failed.
Okay, that's fine.
Well,
Anyway.
I can tell you that Azun is boss. That's doing very well these days.
So yeah, I tell him everything, and then I'm ready to rest. I have nothing else I want to do.
Wasn't he gonna
Oh, we
tell
need a-
us
we
something?
need a question.
Or didn't,
We
oh,
just need
he
a question
wanted
also.
information.
Oh,
Great.
Elsa, now that we're inside, I start again. I'm intimidating you with my cane.
She says, please, your friends are really intense.
Just-
Spidey Bo is like perking up, getting ready. He's like,
And she says, well,
Leave
this
her
isn't
alone.
how I imagine this conversation, Bryn. But
We're in a trustworthy circle.
okay. Well, I've been adventuring far, far off to the east. I met a friend who reminded me of you. Her name was Anna. She was a good friend of mine, but through my carelessness, I accidentally hurt her, and we had to quest and find the answer to her hurt, and we were successful. And in the quest, I ended up coming into a vast amount of wealth, which I have brought back to Nimmorgeist for trading. But I wanted to give you this, and she opens like a little like wrought wood box, and there's like a beautiful filigreed brooch lying on top of like
Is it
a
shaped like a
padded
snowflake?
velvet. It's shaped like a heart. She holds it out and she says, Bryn, I've always loved you. Will you marry me? Whoa!
I guess divine sense
That's why you
again.
look like that when I told you I loved you earlier. You cast what again?
Divine sense.
Okay,
I also can
on the lock.
What-
detect the presence of any object that has been consecrated or desecrated with the aloe spell.
You are so suspicious.
Keep being skeptic. This is weird.
Good.
Okay.
She wants to
Well,
carry you where? You
before-
can let her carry you if
Then
you
I'm
want.
Before learning to love someone, one must love himself. I hope you
Does
know
she
yourself
detect
very well, my
Elsa's
dear.
like, honey, I've been traveling from far ancient lands for like 18 months. I am well familiar with loving myself.
That's very good.
Moving on.
I approve of this union.
I didn't
You detect nothing
from the objects you
exotic
just pulled?
from anywhere in this room.
What the hell? Okay. She's really
We are all
asking you in
staring.
marriage.
We're all staring at you like this.
Well,
Do you want to build a snowman?
I'm trying to be serious. Well, the
Maybe.
reality is, she is my first love. So, I pull her aside and I say, this is something that I would want, but not until I can go home.
Okay.
And you know what happened to me at home.
Yes.
Do you think you could help us avenge?
She says, my darling, anything for you.
What the hell is going on?
I need my home and my title and my family back, or my land
Yeah,
and my
she needs to
nobility
reclaim
back.
her nobility.
And if she's come into a mass amount of wealth in the Diamond Spire, then that means that we now have resources to be able to go back and get my title and my nobility back.
Yep.
Which I've been trying to do for 60 years or 50 years.
So is she marrying for love or for money?
Whoa.
I'm just not. I'm in a position in life where it would be it would be irresponsible for me to take on a marriage because I'm not financially stable, nor
Did
do I
she
have
actually
land.
really, really
or a title.
rolled well or picked really awesome? We never know. Okay, we could say.
So Tabitha is kind of like, welcome to the family, and I go over and I give her a big hug.
Everybody
All right, fit your
hugs.
little
No,
tail.
no, I
You
don't
guys-
know. I'm in the corner.
Bo sits in the
They're
corner
nice.
looking like this is weird.
She's too
I
nice.
approve of this.
She's too
We've been
nice.
doing self-love. This is good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have my arms around both of them like this. Oh, we're gonna be such a happy family. I put myself right between them, like very much so, like
In
together,
that
all of us together. We're
Yeah.
so happy.
I'm sensing an interesting angle here. Gotta check this. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Good. So, what are you guys doing now? Are you just gonna go to sleep,
We
recover
sleep.
all of your hit points,
Yeah.
regain 1 hit dice each?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'll do my trance. Me and Elsa will trance at the same time,
Yeah.
and then we'll spend the rest of the evening just catching up. And I'll inform her of my history with Tabitha, and who these two are and why it's trustworthy, and just kind of get her.
Yeah,
in the
you
inner
catch her up to
circle and
speed on your life since
everything since.
escaping.
All
your-
our hit points are back.
Yes, you
Hit
regain
dice
all
one,
of your hit
whack.
points. You
Oh,
each
yeah.
regain 1 hit dice.
My darling, I've loved you since I was a child. The last time I saw you when we were about 10 years old, and I know I want to marry you.
I
Will
was
you marry
98.
me? Yes.
And then I knew her from like 1 to 98,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now it's only been 50 years.
Yeah,
which in the scheme of an elf's life is.
And she was off adventuring with this other woman, realized maybe that she had these unresolved feelings that she couldn't just run away from. She needed to let it go,
Let it go.
like let people know how she really
Oh
felt.
my god.
that is so
I can't believe how perfectly this all
so we're
good.
okay. So we rest.
Okay. You all recover, and
Why did we care about the full moon?
That's when
Azunid was going to be meeting
Oh.
with the Archdeacon of Ten.
But we saw Full Moon before then, so
We
good
could
job.
go.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Sorry. But we know when Azunid.
We're
could
breaking
still
everything,
go.
Flaming
Yeah.
Cow. I'm
We
sorry.
know when Azunid will be if we
Yeah,
ever.
That's true.
Let's
Yep.
go meet Azunid. I mean,
Let's
this
go to
whole
sleep first.
yeah, but this whole organization is
No, we
falling
have other
apart.
plans,
They need
though,
a new
first.
leader to orchestrate the liquor deals.
With the map. I want to see what's up with that map.
We can't hold on to anything. these
Okay,
days.
so you two wake up after 4 hours of trancing, and the others are still deeply asleep.
I've just fallen asleep because I was way too excited after this day.
Yeah,
so
you
I
were
was
like calisthenicing for like
I was like
3 hours.
somersaulting around them while they tranced. And
I think we're celebrating. Roll a Constitution check.
Oh man, you guys could go,
At least my character's trying to celebrate.
you guys could go carousing
What's
instead.
carousing?
That's like going out, drinking, and like partying.
No, I need to rest. I have nothing.
Okay.
I'm exhausted right now.
So
I'm
you're turning me down?
She totally turned you down.
Well, we can spend an hour or like 2 minutes because usually that's.
You and I can carouse.
Roll.
Okay.
Roll.
I need a Constitution check.
Really?
Yep.
It's happening right now.
Oh, not sure yet.
Okay.
She told you. He told you he was exhausted.
All right,
There's
baby.
no
It's
carousing.
okay, baby.
He falls asleep.
Yep.
We still had a great time. I
heard
love
her-
you,
she falls
Sarah.
asleep.
I love you
Coming
so
from the
much.
production booth.
You look so good in your face cage.
In your
Stick
face.
back your chain.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean,
Please don't. I know you. Put the cane down. Go to bed. I hear this and I say go to bed.
Okay, we're moving on.
Good.
You touched the axe. Come on.
So.
I hope they cut my face.
I know that face. I hope you saw that face.
X was touched.
Everybody falls asleep, and then Elsa and Brielle wake up from your trances, and you hear like explosions from across the waterfront district, the Waterside Downs. Like just every once in a while, ba-boom, and then you hear like shrieks of night ghasts from outside. What do you do?
To me, that sounds like Fenry killing night guests.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't do anything. I look out to make sure we're not like being attacked close enough to matter fire-wise, but
Okay, so like you see an explosion sort of on the horizon, like maybe behind a number of buildings, but you see like the flashes of things, and you see like a bloom of fire up above. And then like maybe 5 minutes pass, and then all of a sudden from like, 500 feet across the mud banks, against like the massive stone edifice of the city, you see an explosion just erupt on the surface, and you see like 8 night ghasts go flying and plummeting. And you also see lit like the incredibly sultry form of Fenry as he like dexterously, acrobatically flips his way across a couple platforms, and he like stops
Fenry's
and like
super
crouches down to like
I don't like
reload his
Fenry.
crossbows, and a night ghast comes like plunging from above and like slams into him and pins him to the ground below.
within 500 feet of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit, of you, because you're
Of
the
me.
only one that's
Yeah.
And we're all
I'm-
sleeping.
I take Elsa and we go
Okay.
help
Yeah,
him
you and
because
Elsa
if
head out.
Fenry was on our side, like this is.
And you don't wake any of us up.
Can I do that? You won't have any
Yeah.
of your spells. You're not.
Yeah.
Nope. Here, you guys are not recovered.
Okay, I'm useless.
So you
but-
go
I
out.
let them sleep.
You go out with
I wake.
Elsa.
Dell is awake too because he's a night elf. So I tell Dell, as soon as 8 hours, if I'm not back,
Mhm.
and I point to where it is, and I, or how many hours in are we? This is like hour 5.
This is
Oh,
like
okay.
hour 5.
I show him where I am, and I tell him if,
Mm-hmm.
if you see any of us go down, because he can see from here.
Yeah.
Watch from the window. If you see any of us go down, wake them up.
Yep. Okay. He says, "Yes, absolutely. Be safe." And
And I put my face cage on.
Elsa
Nice.
shouts, "Sprort!" And like a globe of force surrounds her.
That's so cool.
Icy force?
Yes, icy force.
Okay.
That's so cool.
There's like clouds of mist rolling
And
off of it.
I want to try to sneak and thief.
Okay.
Kinda
Roll
over.
a stealth check.
8 + 5.
Okay, 13.
Mhm.
So you and Elsa start like quickly dashing across. Meanwhile, like there's 4 or 5 night ghasts all like crawling all over this platform. There's like a couple that like fly by overhead, but they're very distracted by whatever they're doing. And you have like a very clear view of Fenry now. Like some clouds have parted, and there's like a little bit of moonlight, especially because it's very close to the full moon.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like
I think we're
3
5.
days, 5 days, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and you see like Thenry does like a backflip. He like punches this Nightgast up off of him. He does like a backflip over it. He brings out his 2 hand crossbows and punches 2 bolts straight through its back. He runs back a little bit, like pulling out a quiver. He like curses and slaps it onto his hand crossbow. Pulls out another quiver, curses again, slaps it onto his hand crossbow. Turns around to like shoot at a Nightgast as it's like leaping at him. He shoots it through the mouth. It gets like knocked back and down off of the thing. You see it plummeting because it's like he's like 200 feet up, so you just see it. Awesome. Doof. And then
Freaking badass.
he steps backwards, and the walkway behind him, like the plank that he was stepping onto, breaks, and his foot goes through it, and he gets stuck.
Thenry, no.
And then 2 Nightgasts leap forwards, and a third one flies and swoops in from above. And they pick him up. One of them bites him on the throat, just tears it straight out.
Yeah, we're not close enough to like catch their attention.
Give me like
because I'm trying to be
give
stealth.
me a Constitution check,
Yeah.
and let's see how fast.
If he dies,
the
we're
two
just
of you
gonna
have been.
we're gonna run back.
Okay.
Constitution. 12.
Okay. Yeah, you're like 2/3 of the way there, so you're like what, 130 feet away now. But like there's just blood pouring from his neck, and like his eyes look kind of glossy, and the Nightgasts sort of like they're all like tearing at him, and they start flying up, and they pick him up with them, and then like one of them loses its grip, and the weight of him actually pulls him out of the claws of the others, and he just plummets like 300 feet. Plock.
Probably dead.
Yep.
I mean, it's likely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm bearing.
No
the
throat.
nectar
Do the
of my
Nightcast
Falling 300
bail,
feet.
or do they?
Yeah, they just like split off into a couple of different directions.
Okay. So, can we sneak and
Cross
loot the
out
body?
Thenry.
Can you sneak and loot the body?
Oh
Wow.
Yes, you can.
He seems to have really cool items, to be honest.
He does.
Yes,
I'm really
you
sad
can.
that Thenry's dead.
Man, the alcohol production system is not going well right now.
No, there's a serious problem with distribution in
Well, I mean, there's no
Nimmorgeist
more
these days.
production anymore, and there's no more leader.
Let's find out what's on the body next episode.
Well, no more Thenry. Please excuse us while we mourn his beautiful death, and return to see us again soon. Follow on Misscliks for updates on live streams and more episodes, and we will see you in the next episode of Misscliks D&D Nimmorgeist.